What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of KrowndByKenzie. Baby, it's a lot of things going on in Huntsville over there, and I'm telling you, it's pretty hot. Somebody better call the fire department. I hope that ain't too insensitive. I hope not. But before we get into that, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell so that way you know when I go live or I post another video. But before we get into season 9, episode 12, y'all get into this intro, and I'll be right back.
How you doing?
All right, guys. Season 9, episode 12. Sunny now? Shady now, sunny later. All right, so pretty much a brief overview of the episode. Latricia informs her kids that she is divorcing their dad. Ken finally admits that there are problems in the relationship. Ms. Nell breaks all the way down when she visits her mother's grave. And Trisha and Melody finally clash about who's shady and who's messy. So I'm telling y'all, I hope y'all watched it because this was a really good episode. So let's get right on into it. The episode starts off with Nell, Fletcher, and their kids going to the wedding venue because, as you guys know, Miss Nell and Fletcher are planning on renewing their vows and having the wedding that they never had. So they view the venue. It's a nice, pretty old Southern looks like an old plantation home. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. But that's what it looks like. But it's nice to say the least. To say the least, I'm sorry. But Lance, Miss Nell's oldest son, he tells her, pretty much points out what everybody's job is with making this vow renewal happen. And then he points out that he's going to take care of he's going to make sure that she goes to her mom's grave. He's going to coordinate that. And of course, Miss Nell is kind of hesitant. And then she, about going, as she said in previous episodes. But she also did state that one of the things that her mom always wanted to do was go to the beach. Simple enough, but that's a lot to someone that's never been. So, I get it. I get it. All right, and so on to the next scene. Latricia, and the kids, they go to looks like Air U, one of those trampoline parks, and they're having a good time. And Latricia, you know what? I like the fact that she's very athletic because she can keep up with her kids. She's not some old worn down mom like, oh, I can't keep up and I can't be doing this and I can't be doing that. Even though she said it in her confessional, she still got out there. She, was with her kids having a good time. And so she sits the kids down and lets them know that she has filed for divorce from their father. Now, the kids say, well, we thought you already did. I guess it's been long enough. They didn't think she was still holding on. And so she explains to them that she has not. And then they ask her, was she ever going to get married again? And I'm sure they probably hinting around that Ken. But at which point, Latricia states that not anytime soon. She's not getting married. Now, this is what we all been waiting for her to say because it seemed like she felt it, but she just wouldn't necessarily say it in previous episodes. So, um, she admits that her and Ken had some communication issues that they need to work on, in which we will kind of get a little bit more deeper into that as this review goes on. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Latricia kids are very, very smart. They're very intelligent for their age. They are not, they are very, very smart, and they seem to have very good intuition on what's going on around there. But anyway, that's good. So anyway, Trisha goes on next scene. Trisha goes on to visit Miss Nell at her home. And let me say, Miss Nell has a beautiful home. I mean, that home on the outside, it was gorgeous. I loved it. I'm telling you, I can get deeper into that, but I loved it. And when Trisha walked through that door, baby, body, body. Hey, Trisha was serving it. Now, this is what I've been waiting for Trisha to do. She work out all the time. I mean, she's a gym buff. I don't. I body was everything in that jumpsuit. So shout out to Trisha for that. Now you did that, girl. Let's keep it up. Okay. So you know, Nell gets right into it. She asks her what happens between her and Martell because a word on the curb. And so, in which Trisha starts to let Miss Nell know that nothing happened. She went over there. They started talking about the gym. Martell got into how he missed Mel and the kids, and he kept going on and how he messed up. And Trisha says she agreed with him, which we all have. And then Miss Nell states that she has too. She's told him that plenty of nights. Y'all remember when Mel said Miss Nell wasn't her mentor, you know, that whole situation. When Miss Nell said I was over there late at night and so on and so forth. But anyway. And so Trisha does admit, oh, and she said that Martell told her, you know, he pretty much he didn't call her over there for therapy, you know. What he said, you know, he didn't call her over there to be a therapist. And Ms. Nell was like, I would have got the hell on then. You know what I'm here for? I would have got the hell on. You know, probably me too, because my whole thing is I feel like this. If she had agreed with Martell, that conversation would have continuously went on and on, and he wouldn't have stopped her from talking. But because Trisha did not agree with him, and y'all know how people are, when you saying it, some people, not me, I ain't one of them. You can tell me what I don't want to hear, because I welcome the feedback. Um, and y'all give me some feedback in that comment section, okay? What y'all think about these videos? All right, so yeah, so if she had continuously went down that route with him and agreed with him, oh, he would have kept talking for days probably. But because she did, he shut it down. Now Trisha did admit he did not, in spite of what everybody says about Martell and what kind of dude he is, he did not try to make any moves on her. So that's good to hear. Now Trisha, it better not come out later on that you were telling a lie, because you know Martell's a sneaky one there. So, all right, all right. So you know, Nell asked her pretty much why it took her so long to come out with that, and Trisha does admit that no, I'm sorry, hold on. Trisha does admit that she should have said that earlier in the season, which she should have, because it would have cut down on a lot of this conversation and a lot of the speculation of what really happened between her and Martell. Instead of being so coy about it, you should just went ahead, nipped it in the bud, and called it a day. And we're moving right along to another subject, you know. Um, because sometimes when you don't say not saying something sometimes is almost like saying a whole lot. So I think Trisha needs to, speaking of communication, I think, yeah, she needs to communicate a little bit better. And as she said, you know, to her kids, not only in her relationship with Ken, but also to the masses as well. You know, that's just my opinion. And so Miss Nell asked her what took her so long to get filed for divorce from Ken. And in which she goes through and she lets Miss Nell know that when her Ken's not Ken, I'm sorry, when her Marquez, her future ex-husband, when they separated, of course, they were high school sweethearts. She said that Marquez came and told her that, you know, he wanted to do his own thing. You know, he needed some time apart and he left. She pretty much did not fight it. She let him go on about his business because she was in a very, very dark place. Now, you guys know that she has consistently told us through the TV that, you know, she lost both of her parents and her sister, I think, within a year or two time frame. And she talked about her mom and father died 7 months apart. And her mom, you know, her mom died on her 30th anniversary, which she said 38th. She died on yes, her mom died on her 30 something anniversary. But Trisha was very close to her family. And then she said her mom went into a diabetic coma and pretty much she passed on. Rest in peace to her family. And then she did say that her sister died in her hands. And she said that she was trying to give her mouth to mouth resuscitation. Her daughter was there. I'm sure that was very, very traumatic for her. So, shout out to Latricia for that because that was hard and she broke down and she cried. And so Miss Nell came to console her, and Miss Nell let her know that they were pretty much all one and the same because Miss Nell revealed that her mom passed away in her home, passed away, was at her home when she passed away as well. And they talked about how they go from 0 to 100 because they keep a lot of things bottled in. And we saw Miss Nell go 0 to 100, I think a few times on past seasons, past episodes. And Latricia says she's the same way, which we will see. Mm. And so next scene, Ken meets up at the barbershop with his homeboy and they sit down and talk. And Ken lets him know that he's getting frustrated with the whole, in his relationship with the whole Latricia's ex-husband, Marquez situation, the whole Martell situation. And he pretty much feel like Trisha, when he goes to communicate with Trisha, now again, you guys remember, she said they were having communication issues. So, it leads you to wonder after he says this next thing, is it her or is it him? And so Ken admits that when he tries to bring conversation or certain topics up to Latricia, she goes off. Um, she goes off and she feels like he's accusing her and so on and so forth. So it's pretty much hard to effectively communicate with her to get answers as well as to resolve issues. So I have no doubt she probably was doing the same thing that she was doing when it came to the whole Martell situation. The same thing she was doing to us, she probably was doing to him, just being very, very coy and very vague. But I'm sure he probably pressed the issue a little bit more because he wants more answers than the rest of the world. And so she probably blew up and went off, short fuse because again, she admitted that to Miss Nail. Not exactly that well, somewhat it's hard for her to communicate, you know. But the friend asks, do you think that she goes off like that because she's guilty? And which Marquez, not Marquez, I'm sorry, Ken does let the friend know that it does sound like a guilt response. I mean, hey, that's fair because it does. You know, and he feels like he has trust issues and she has trust issues, I'm sorry. And he did point out that when she's really happy, when things start going really good and she's really really happy in life, she tends to pull herself back like, wait a minute, that's not right, I can't be happy. And then she shuts down, she like blocks it off. Now when he said that to me, that sounds like a trauma response right there. It sounded like, and this is just my opinion, it sounded like she's used to things going really good, and when they go good, they eventually go bad, and then she feels like, oh, I got happy for nothing. Maybe airing her marriage with Marquez. That happens sometimes. People get to the point where they don't expect, because they've expected so much from people and they were let down, they begin to shut down on expectations anymore. So that when things start going good, they feel like something ain't right, something's gonna go bad. And expectations, keep that in mind because that's a key word for this episode. And so he feels like she's choosing herself and that she's being selfish. And the friend points out, which we all have been saying, that do you think if she wanted to be divorced from her ex-husband all this time, don't you think she would have been divorced if it was so bad? Now he did say that Latricia has told him, how bad she hates her ex-husband or future ex-husband, Marquez, and so on and so forth. But sometimes people say things like that. In this moment, you guys, and the friend did ask, do you think she still want to be with him? That's been a trending question around Huntsville and the group, whether or not Latricia Stills wants to be with Marquez. Maybe she just mad with him for the moment, but maybe she still is holding out hope that he may get his, act right and then come back home. Could be the reason why she has not divorced him yet. Who knows? People do things like that. Um, And then the friend lets him know that, throughout their friendship, this is not the first time that he sat around and watched his friend become a punching bag. And you guys, just from everything that I've seen and I witnessed through the episodes, he he is a really soft guy. Nice, but I'm sure he has a mean streak somewhere in there. Probably, when he builds up to a certain point, he may just go crazy. Guys like that tend to, they be that type. They can be the nicest people in the world, but when they blow up, it's all out the door. And so his friend said, he's seen this before time and time again. So let me tell you something. And I feel bad for him, but a part of me does not feel bad for him because you chose to get into a relationship with a still married woman. You chose to become a father figure in her kids' lives when they already had one. Now, whether he was a good father or a bad father, they already had one. But you chose to get yourself into this situation. You chose to walk through a door that was already open for someone else when you should have, in fact, waited for that door to be closed with Marquez before you actually enter another door. Okay, so you walked into their door, pretty much their marriage circus. You walked into it and you chose to become, for lack of better words, a clown in that circus of a marriage that they have. And that's not to say that you can't walk out of it, which he continuously state that, if pretty much he can walk out and have no feelings. But listen, let me tell y'all something. That's a lie. And Marceau called that on the last episode. That's a whole lie. You can't just walk away like that because you in too deep. Because if you're dealing with all of this now, and what you don't have to, you'll continuously deal with it. It ain't that easy for you to walk away because any other average dude, if he wasn't that invested like you claim not to be, oh, he would have been walked away. He would not continuously go down this road with her ex-husband or future ex-husband, my bad. So maybe he'll sense, what do they call it? A weak dick. Got a little taste. Trisha put it on him. And now he fell weak. It happens. But yeah, he talking a good game. So anyway, next scene, Flair, Miss Nail, Fletcher, the kids, they go to the gravesite. And Nell said that it's been 5 years and she's tried to come out there to visit her mom's grave, but she never has. Now, I get that 100% because I've never been to my dad's grave. Um, Yeah, I've never been to my dad's grave ever. Since the day that we buried his ashes, I have never been back. And it's been some years. It's been about what, 10 years, maybe. And I've never been back. And honestly, I don't have a desire to. Sometimes in my mind, I think I want to, but the minute I think about it, something just pulls me back from doing so. So I get Miss Nail in this moment. I really get her because losing a parent is hard, and what she did discuss that with Latricia. Losing a parent especially if you grew up with your parent, you were close to them, you had a bond with them. That's a hard situation. I get it. I go through it every single year. In case some of you guys don't know, me and my dad I was born on my dad's birthday. I used to always like to call myself the gift that never stops taking. Uh, but I was born on my dad's birthday. So for me, that's an especially hard day. So I get where Miss Neil is coming from. Um, and so wait a minute. Miss Nail, now I get you a grieving boo, and I love you. Shout out to Miss Nail. But now that wig was that wig was the fool. Miss Nell, that big old ponytail, crinkly wig, that wig was the fool now, Miss Nell. But it was cute a little bit. But Miss Nell, yeah, leave that in the closet, girl. Put that back on the mannequin head. Take us to a stylist and get her together. Because you usually be 100% on point. But yeah, that one wouldn't move. But it was cute for the moment. I give her that. because she was grieving. And so her son Lance, he lets him know that he was hurt, and he still feels like his grandmother still speaks to him, so to in a sense, because he wasn't there on her last day. So when that happens, when she speaks to him, I think he visits her grave, because he was. When she passed away, he was so consumed with work, love. I think he's been married 2 times. And so he was dealing with maybe that situation. He owns a landscaping business, looks like. And, he did not take the time to realize that his grandmother was not going to be there. She was going to pass away. And then Miss Nell said that, her mom had told her, you're going to miss me when I'm gone. And, oh, let me tell y'all something. In that moment, and just watching Miss Nail clench her clothes and reading her body language while she was talking about her mom at that gravesite, you can tell that lady is hurt. You can tell. She just nervously kept, fiddling with her clothes, with her, her pants, her pantsuit or whatever she had on. She kept fiddling with it. You can tell just reading her body language. She was about to break, and when she did, and I'm gonna tell y'all, Miss Nell had me in there crying. She had me just straight crying because again, I can relate. I know that feeling of her, it never goes away. I don't care how long it's been, it never goes away when you lose your parent. So that to me, that was too sad. And she said that she felt a lot of guilt, because she worked so much, and that's probably why her mom, that's why her mom said she was going to miss her while she was gone, because she was working all the time, and that's common with a lot of people, a lot of us. We're so consumed with things of the world that we do tend to forget about our family until it's too late. Now, I don't know about y'all. I try to call my mom every single day. We don't live in the same state, but I try to call her every single day. I don't see her as often as I would like to, because in the perfect world, she would live here with me, or at least near me somewhere where I can get to her every single day and we can hang out. My mom's just fun like that. But I get it. I get it. We all get consumed with life that we forget about our loved ones. So you guys take that as a lesson. Don't ever forget about your loved ones, okay? Especially your parents if you're blessed to still have them alive. Don't forget about them. Take at least a minute. If we can answer the phone for our friends, other BS that we shouldn't have time for, we should be answering the phone for things that we do have time for. And that's one thing I stick to. I try to always answer the phone for my mom unless I am working and I cannot answer. In which case I will try to text or I'll call right back as soon as I'm available. So that's just a piece of advice for everyone. All right, so the next scene, the bachelorette party that Destiny is throwing for Miss Nail and her vow renewal. Now, Shady Destiny, she said that the people said they should call it a hen party or something like that. I never heard that before, because this ain't Miss Nail first marriage. Okay, she ain't a bachelorette. But anyway, so Trisha walks in and her and Destiny start talking, and Destiny asks Trisha when she gonna get a drink, and Trisha mentions something about when she drinks, she pretty much turns up and does not remember, so the people tell her. And she reminds Destiny that, hey, Destiny, you do the same. Let's not forget, because remember the last episode at your Madonna event, you kind of turned up on Miss Nail a little bit. And so that's when they flash back and they show the whole thing with Miss Nail and Destiny. And Destiny says she felt like she's not holding anything, but when people show her who they are, she has to evaluate them. Now, this is where I say expectations come into place. Because Miss Nail wanted Sonny, which is Destiny's enemy, and you guys know the story. Sonny was the producer of the show, and her and Destiny had a relationship, maybe a relationship, a friendship. Seems more if you let it depends on who's telling it. Destiny thinks it was a friendship, and Sonny said that it was a work relationship, because y'all know behind the scenes on these reality shows that the producer is supposed to get close to the talent so that way they can extract as much information out of them, so that way they can feed it back to the show and it can be a little bit more authentic to get them to bring up certain things. So I think they both have a misunderstanding, or they're both not clear on what their actual relationship was. But anyway, that's that. And so Sonny started dating and also got married to the guy that Destiny was in a relationship with when they were friends. And Sonny cut her off, didn't tell her immediately that she was even dating the guy behind her back, and so on and so forth. And so that's been a whole series. That's been a whole issue throughout this season. So go back and watch previous episodes. And so this is my question when it comes to expectation. Because Miss Nell wanted Sonny there, and Sonny is not one of her good friends, so to speak. Now, I don't know what the relationship was behind the scenes, but as far as we know from what we see, they were not friends. But also, and I'm going to say this, and you guys may not agree with me. Again, go on over to the comments and let me know what you feel about it. But I feel like this too. I think because Destiny feels the way she feels about Miss Nell inviting Sonny to her bachelorette party, I think she's putting unreasonable expectations on Miss Nell. And I say that because at the end of the day, when she said when people show her who they are, she reevaluates her relationship with them. At the end of the day, you can't expect much from Miss Nail as far as expecting her to have your back in that situation because she's not really your friend, from my understanding, through the TV. I've never seen y'all really film scenes with each other like that. You came in here as Melody and Martell's friend. Um, but you were not, and Miss Nail came in as Melody and Martell's friend. So I don't see where she owes you any loyalty. Does that make sense to you guys? Am I wrong here? I don't think I am. But you guys let me know how you feel about it because I feel like she does not owe you anything. And like Miss Nell said in the previous episode, yes, she does not agree with how Sonny did allegedly, or what Sonny did allegedly to you. And this is all alleged. However, she does not have a dog in that fight. And she's right, she doesn't. See, young people like Destiny, y'all young and you think, oh, loyalty, 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 just because you call yourself friends with someone. But in reality, y'all really are not friends. Y'all don't know each other, so she don't owe you anything. Why she gonna be mad with this girl and this girl ain't did nothing to her? That's y'all fight. Not her monkey, not her show. So, what you need to reevaluate for. So again, that's why I say expectation, unreasonable expectations on people. We all have done it, and not even situations like that, even situations where our birthdays, we feel like it's necessary that, we put the expectation that because it's our birthday, all of our friends, family, everybody there, the expectation is they're going to pick up the phone and call us. They owe us that loyalty to pick up the phone and call us. No, they don't, because it's your birthday. They don't owe you that. That's a courtesy. Okay. So if any of you feel like that, keep that in mind. And it'll keep you from being hurt too and being so upset. Like, I'm done with this person. I gotta reevaluate. Like Destiny said, I gotta reevaluate our relationship. They didn't pick up the phone and call me. Da 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 da. It ain't all of that because they don't owe you anything. Okay. So going forward, stop with the false or the unreasonable expectations on people, because you know who you only hurt in the end. You only end up hurting yourself and sabotaging what could be a really good relationship with somebody. Okay. And so, the where was I? Because I just went all off on a tangent on that. And so the girls show up, Kimmy, Latricia Scott, Melody, they show up, and male, they all, oh, hey girl, how you doing? Da, 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 da. And the girls look good, shout out to them. They look really good. And so Mel, when she comes in, they offer her a drink. Y'all know her and Destiny, ex-friends, frenemies, whatever you want to call them. Destiny did speak to her, I would have thought that Mel would have Yeah, well, I guess that's an expectation on putting on Mel, so never mind. So, anywho, take my own advice, right? So Mel says she does not want to drink, because she just ate. Well, shit, ain't that's when you want to drink? When you just ate? Because you're on a full stomach? Okay. And then she says that she can't stay long because she has the engagement with the kids, so on and so forth. That seems to be a running excuse with Mel when she does not want to be in a situation. Let's just keep a buck. Let's just keep it a buck. Okay. And because last episode, Kimmy told her that Latricia feels some type of way about her and the situation at the barbecue, in which I talked about on a previous episode, and I'll make sure to put that episode at the end of the video. So Mel is already feeling some type of way. You can already tell, and it's a Destiny's event, and she don't like Destiny. Anything close to Martell, she don't want no parts of it. Now, keep in mind, I think she low key has it out for Trisha too because of Trisha's past with Martell. We talked about this before, y'all, and we talked about this in the beginning of this episode when she sat down with Miss Nail. So I think there's a little hidden animosity there on Melody's end because y'all remember how she took that girl and she grilled her at that restaurant. So I think there's a little tension. She acts like she does not care about what Martell does. She's so carefree, but low key she isn't. She's a little bothered still. And so Kimmy brings up that everybody's just standing all, everybody all standoffish like they tend to do at different events. I don't agree because at the barbecue they were not, everybody was not standoffish. It seems like everybody was having a good time. So I don't agree with that, Kimmy. I know there are some situations, but not every one of them. And so Mel gets straight into it. She asks Latricia if she has a problem with her based upon what Kimmy told her. And Latricia at first answers no. And then and she said, I would have told you. And so she was like, I pretty much don't know you to have an issue with you. And Mel and Kimmy were like, huh? Well, that wasn't what I was expecting. That ain't what you told me. But then Latricia goes a little bit deeper into it. But she lets Mel know that she has an issue with her because she feel like at the barbecue she instigated the situation between her and her ex-husband Marquez, in which Mel was being messy as hell. She did. She was saying some things that she shouldn't have said at that particular time because this divorce situation or the marriage, so to speak, seems to be a very sensitive situation. And when they flash back, Mel said something about Latricia still being in love with that man, and that was not your place because you don't know her like that. So for you to be speaking on her marriage and something that you know nothing about, even though we all feel like, she still wants to be with Marquez or there might be some hope there, you should not have said that in that moment because that was not your situation. So you did come in there being messy. Let's call a spade a spade. Now I like Melody, but we're gonna call it like we see it. Pow pow. Straight shooter, straight no chaser. And I like my Crown Royal straight. So you were being messy in that moment. And Latricia lets her know. Oh, and then I think it was Destiny said in that flashback that her ex-husband and Melody said something slick like, no, her current husband, still married or current, something like that. That was messy as hell. You know what you were doing? Because you was on some BS, Mel. Let's call a spade a spade. And I like you now. I think you're a pretty lady. I like you. But it was messy. And so Latricia lets her know it wasn't funny to her in that moment. And I don't blame you, Latricia. This is my life. This is my life. Y'all remember when R. Kelly said that? This is my life. She was listen, this ain't to be played with. Because if anybody had brought up her situation and played with it like that, because Mel tried to say it was a joke, it was a joke. But I could have sworn you just got on to Maurice about laughing about stuff going on in your situation with Martell. And we all knew what that was, but we all don't know where this girl's situation was with Marquez. So how dare you tend to make a joke? Because what, you make a joke for nobody to laugh? No, you made a joke. Ha ha, funny. That's what people make jokes for. And you made that joke to laugh about her situation. So again, all I'm saying is While your intentions, even though I don't agree, may have been good, that's not a joking matter for somebody in that situation. Take your shoes off and put your feet in her shoes because it was a joking matter for her. So stop playing with that girl like that. And so um Kimmy, she chimes in. She thinks Mel didn't know, but Miss Kimmy, now I love you and Miss Kimmy, but stay out of that one, okay? You did your job. You brought the bone to Mel. You tagged Mel in, tapped on her shoulder, and let you stay out of it. Let the girls carry on because they about to get into it. Now that 0 to 100 that Trisha talked about with Miss Nail, oh baby, oh she brought it. Now y'all know when I said they first came into that scene, she told Destiny that she have a drink or so. She tended to turn up, and y'all saw what was in her hand. It was a drink in her hand. So boom, there you have it. Trisha turned up. Turned what's that? All the way turned up. Turn up. She turned up. Now this is the most we don't got out of Trisha all season. Trisha came to work. Them producers must have tapped on her shoulder and said, if you want another season, you better get to work. You better bring it. Because Trisha brought it and she was not having it from Mel. So they were going up and voices were in the escalade and and they were going after things. And so Mel pretty much says she doesn't have an understanding, and Mel mean little thing. Now I want to know what her sign is. She a Scorpio, I think she is, because when they sting, baby, they hold on, and that's what Mel was doing. Mel holds on, and don't think she gonna let it go, because she gonna have it out for you now. Okay, like she's done to other girls. Now Kimmy and Latricia barely got back in, but Latricia got in because they're the core of the group. So of course she got back with Latricia. Y'all don't know how much she still hold because y'all know when they went on that vacation, she was kind of shady with them still. So I think she still holds it in, but she tolerates them. But Latricia, she gonna hold it for you for a while. So just get ready. Buckle up, sister girl. Buckle up. But I need you to keep that same energy that you had on this episode. I need you to keep it on the episodes going forward. And Latricia stated in this, she don't get too. You know what I'm saying? She don't care. Mel, you can hold it. You can feel it. That's your feeling. Feel how you want to feel. Oh, she let Mel. No, baby. Let Mel have it. And Mel was like, Latricia, you better get together because you don't know who you're dealing with. Like I said, Latricia, just get ready, but you can handle her. You look something tell me, Mel, you don't want to be body slammed by that bodybuilder. Okay, she left weights, Mel. Leave her alone. Cuss her out in your confessionals. Leave that girl alone, Camille. Now, cause she said she go to 0 to 100, and she was about at 20 then, but she was high up in the ranks. So I hate to sit her on 100, especially on you, Mel. She's quiet, reserved, like her man Ken. And so some people like that, they snap out. Y'all know how it gets down. They snap out and you can't control them. Producers, cameramen, everybody, you can't control them. So leave that damn girl alone, Mel. Okay? All right. Um, and Mel was saying she doesn't like her tone, and she don't have a word for her, so on and so forth. And then in walks Sunny. Y'all know that sound effect they have, like piercing, like a knife. I can't describe it, but yeah, in walks Sunny, and then that's the end of the episode. And so from the previews of next week's episode, Destiny and Sunny gonna get into some things, and Destiny, calm down, girl. Okay, you're doing too much for a man who's now at the time of filming is in jail for probation violation. You're doing way too much. Who cares about him? Let that damn girl have that man, because it seems like she get more of a problem than you had. She's married to him now. Let that be her issue. Whew, I dodged the bullet. Feel like that. Because right now you're showing your skirt, girl. You're showing your slip. Okay. And literally, from what I seen, you was about to be showing something because you was standing up there with that dress acting a damn monkey fool and that skirt, and you really shouldn't have been doing that at Miss Nell bachelorette party. And so Miss Nell eventually gets there, and so on and so forth. But then they go over to Miss Nell's wedding, and looks very, very beautiful. And then this medical emergency. Somebody says, call the cops, call an ambulance. Next thing you know, the ambulance around. I don't know what that's gonna be about, but we'll see. And then Trisha and Ken go at it. And so I guess we're about to get an inside look at the communication issues that the two have spoken about in today's episode. So I'm looking forward to that. And I hope you guys are too. So this episode, if I had to rate it on a 1 to 10, I would have to give it a 9. Because Latricia brought it. She brought it, baby. And that's what I've been waiting to see. She brought it. And she was not scared. And I don't blame her. But you guys go over to the comment section. Let me know what you think about this episode. Let me know how you feel about Ken, how you feel about Latricia, how you feel about Melody and Trisha, how you feel about the whole episode. Let me know, and let me know how you feel about this video. And before you guys go any further, again, if you have not done so, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell so that way YouTube knows that the Crown Kings and Queens, that's what I call y'all now, the Crown Kings and Queens with the K, are here to stay. I want to thank y'all so much for watching another episode of Crown by Kenzie and supporting the channel. Also, if you guys need extra money, the link is there, and I always put it in the bio section or in the description box. The link to make extra money from Paid for Your Say. You guys, it's very, very easy. It's, to go and apply for these surveys and make extra money. It's nothing illegal. It's no scam-ish, because I don't play that now. And I'm definitely not doing that to my people. So we royalty over here. We don't play that about no scams, okay? So you guys go and check that out and click on my link, because I think it's normally $300, but you get like a discount. Um, you get a discount if you click on my link, and it's only a one-time payment to join that platform, and you start making unlimited money. There's no caps. You don't have to pay a monthly subscription to join Pay for Your Say. One time, one payment, one investment. Keyword investment. Y'all, you got to put in something to get something out. Everything don't come for free. And if it do, it's the scam behind it. Okay? You got to pay something. You got to invest to get something out. And that amount of money, and I know everybody going through a hard time. A lot of people are. If you're not, kudos to you. A lot of people are going through a hard time, and they may not have the money to invest. So with that being said, that platform does offer Klarna, and I want to say Afterpay. But there are different payment options. So go on there and check it out. And for those of you who do have it, go ahead and drop that $2.99, not $2.99. I'm sorry, it would be $2.99, but go ahead and drop that one-time payment to go ahead and join that platform to earn extra money. Why not? Y'all think about it. We spend so much money on other things, and before you know it, you could have already made that investment to make more money. Now, I don't know about y'all, but in today's economy, I'm trying to make as much money from different directions as I can, because you can never have too much of it. So again, check it out. Pay for your say, guys. Pay for your say, and make sure you click my affiliate link in the description box. Make sure you also join me on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Threads. I don't have Twitter yet, but one day I will. And I know y'all but heard about what is it called? TikTok, because it's shut down. I'm not at that invested, so I could care less. But I know a lot of people are out there hurting. So because TikTok gone, y'all go ahead and bring y'all asses on over to Crown by Kenzie. That's my name on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. And which I'm still learning Threads, but anyway, it is what it is. All right, guys, on to work now. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. And I want you guys to keep on coming back, because I'm going to keep on bringing it. And the more and more y'all encourage my bull, I'm going to keep on bringing it to you. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. Peace out. Bye.